Hello and welcome to the LFR MNR round 4 around Hungary today. I'm your host DXT Hobo and joined me as always is the lovely Gaz. Gaz, how you doing today, pal?
I'm good, buddy. How are you today?
I'm good. I didn't just do that whole intro, realised my mic was muted and then had to do it all over again. I promise you that never happens. So, just going to let you know now, we're around in round 4 Hungary, currently on board. Who's actually gone out first? I think it's Freedom's was first on track. But are you looking forward to Hungary? Because personally, I don't like the track. It's one of my most hated ones, to be honest.
You know what? To be honest, I quite enjoy it. It's one of those tracks.
Or the racing?
Both. I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind if they said, "Oh, do you want to fancy driving today?" I think I might have jumped in. I don't mind driving around Hungary. I don't know what it is. I feel like I can get a good flow from it. That's what it will be.
Yeah, I hate it. The commentating part, it's not enough overtaking areas for me to commentate on. It's just a bit single file, and then obviously the racing part, the same sort of thing. But there's also many death corners around here as well. A couple of messages already from Izzy. Welcome. Evening lads. Evening Izzy. How are you today? What are your first thoughts on the McLaren? Oh, that's a good question straight off the bat. I'll let Gaz start.
Don't tell me anything. I have not been able to see it yet.
I've not seen it yet. So I'm looking now.
No. I am not. I'm going to wait until after the race. I don't want to look until after the race. I've recorded it.
I'm gonna have a little look. Oh, you recorded it.
I've recorded it, so I'm going to be after this race. I'm going to be sitting there with my son watching it because he's a big F1 fan as well.
Yeah.
So Izzy, please don't spoil it.
I'm gonna have a little look. I'm not too. I don't think I want to watch it. But the thing is, there's so many concepts on Google images. Like, I see a couple of nice things. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Oh, their designs. And I'm like, hang on a minute, that's a bit too futuristic for looking. So I might have to wait until, with Gaz, watch the reveal. It's live now. Oh, it's gone live now.
Yeah, it started. It started at 7 o'clock. I put it on and they just had the introductions of the drivers, and I was like, I'm not going to get to watch this. So I put it on record.
I have to watch. We definitely have to watch it later though, because I'm not too sure what the reveal was going to entail. I'm guessing they're going to go with the same ordinary orange and blue. Well, you never know.
It depends on who the sponsor is. We had a conversation with a few friends of mine, and they went on about the fact that if Coca-Cola raised up the sponsorship, which they could have done, they could put a bit of red in there.
The thing is, I get why. We've said first time 116.3, but to go back to this, I get why sponsorship controls so much of the car's design. Obviously, their cars are watching it constantly.
Kingston with a 115. Sorry, Kingston with a 115.3.
A whole second faster. Very good time from him. And Freedom's very slow time from him. So yeah, I don't like the idea of them controlling the colour of the car too much. Because for years, being a young young F1 fan, I always thought the McLaren was chrome. And then suddenly they've come out orange. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this? It's like the original design for the Williams. That looks better when it was plain. Before it was the Martini. I think it looked better when it was no sponsorship on it.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of it?
Well, see, I completely agree. But then you got to think that if it wasn't for some of the sponsorships dictating colours, you'd never get some of the great liveries across motorsport. If you think about Marlboro sponsored McLaren was the white and red. And then mine's
always Canon, the Canon F1 car. That was my all-time favourite. The white, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Big spin there.
So we've got Civi putting our 115.4. Wild Gamer with 115.3, just 500ths in front of Kingsome, and DXT Matty just gets the scrapes in there again with a 115.2. Fantastic lap times from everybody really.
Yeah, Mercedes was really showing their stuff today, and a good DXT 1.3 at the moment, which I do like to see.
Well, yeah. We're going to get Flea up there as well, haven't we?
He's not part of DXT, he doesn't want to join us, leave him. Non-human, stay at 115.1, going provisional pole. So Flea currently still in the pits, hasn't gone out yet. Percy is going round now. Let's have a look with Percy. So there's been a new update apparently now with the F1. Well, I say apparently there has been. And apparently they've fixed the glitches with the qualifying. So people could join late, which is good to see.
Oh, that makes everything a little bit better.
Does make it a lot better. Does make it a lot better. Because that was a big problem, especially with someone joining and it ruins the race. Because it's like, it's just annoying.
Yeah, I think the glitches have got a lot worse ever since they opened it as a multi-generation race ability, really. So when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, when they joined in to the lobbies, it made it a lot harder for people to actually harder for them to collaborate. And yeah, so it's just a bit tough there. But we're just gonna
frustrating because it's a game that's currently, you know, like in its end of its season, really. Just if you think about it, and it's still got so many glitches, and then when they seem to fix one glitch and cause another, which is quite frustrating.
Yeah. I'm just going to run through the comments I've got so far. So Wild Gamer saying hello, Matthew Green saying hello, and Matthew Green, you are a bugger. Sorry for the that word, but
what did he do?
He's basically told me exactly what the car looks like. After telling me, absolute ruined my thought process of this.
You've ruined his kid's dreams. How dare you? Now let's not give him some commentary curses.
Yes. You know, I'm actually going to be jumping on with Matty Bot all the way through now. I'm just going to go like spin out of 10-5, spin out of 10-13. Go on, do it.
So Death Dragon set the first 114, 1.16. Can Percy beat it? He's gone purple through 1 and 2. One more corner to navigate. Car's getting very rear-ended as he comes out. And there you go, 114.2. Beats him by 4 tenths. Izzy just said they said they fixed it, but how much do you believe them? Do you know what? You're completely correct. I don't. Like I said, they'll make a fix and it will screw up something else. Like if I go onto my Xbox now, right now, this second, I plug my wheel in and I hit the brake without a certain setting on my dash on my car. So if I put in, say, the MFD display or something, if I turn that on or off, sorry, then if I hit the brakes, I look behind me. If I turn the wheel, I look left, I look right. So it's the worst glitch I've ever seen on a game, and it's still there to this day.
Oh no.
And I've just seen another glitch. If you're, I don't know if it's done for you as well, but my gears are going mad right now on board with Percy. He's flicking between 6, 7, 8.
Well, I found that sometimes you get the ones that just where it glitches, but it just over revs all the way through.
I hate that, the gearbox glitch.
So I'm just going to run through the times there quick. So we've got Percy in the 114.2, we've got Death Dragon put in the 114.6, so they're quite close together. Non-Human is still on the 115.1. DXT Matty on a 115.2. I was on board with Ari, and I was expecting to come around to turn 1, and it just didn't come around for ages. I just wondered if something happened then. Wild Gamer 115.3. Kingzone 115.3, Civi 115.4, Abyss 115.6, Flea 116.1, Tier 116.2, El Stefano 116.3, Ari 116.5, and someone just jumped up, I think that was Freedom with a 116.2, and Brooksy on a 118.1.
Well, I think there could be a bit of a argy-bargy ban on the moment, because I just saw Percy completely get a car tire heading into the pits. So get a car to take a bit of evasive action there. So there'd be a bit of urgency from the Red Bull. Hopefully it didn't cause any damage or anything.
We've got Rocky who's on a fast lap, so let's see how well he does. I did actually get a message from Izzy on my stream saying, see, I kept my mouth shut, guys. So thank you, Izzy, for keeping your mouth shut. I'll still be cursing Matthew all the way around this race now.
See Matthew, you use wrong platform. You come onto my one, you could have chatted about it, because I don't really, you know, I'm not too fussed about the liveries and stuff.
I think it just gives me a reason to give him the curse.
Yeah, definitely. I do like, you know what, I like seeing it on the grid. So like, I don't try to avoid it, but I normally avoid everything. If I see it, I'm not too fast. But when I see it on the grid, I'm like, oh, that's a new car. Oh, that's a new car. The one that I really want to see And obviously, I think you'll agree with me here, is the Aston Martin. I think we need to see British Racing Green back on the grid.
Definitely, I agree with you on that, and I'm actually quite interested to see if the Alpine will pace with a new fastest time of a 1:14.2.
The new name of the Alpine.
Sorry, Valkyrie with a 1:14.3 there, so puts himself in second. Yeah, the Alpine. I've got thought, like, if it's going, if like you got Ferrari on the red, if you got Aston Martin going into the British Racing Green, then Alpine should go into a royal blue colour, which is what the original French racing colours were. So hopefully they go for that colour. I know they've got this temporary livery, which is blue and red, that they kind of showed off to say, like, yeah, this is our car test and this is our temporary livery, but they still haven't got any sponsorship on it, so that's why it's only classed as temporary.
Yeah, so once that comes in, that can completely change the whole design of it.
Yeah.
Eddie's looking forward to the Red Bull camo livery. Apparently they're a camouflage one this year.
Oh, the one that they normally put on during testing and pre-season practice, so other car constructors can't see where all the lines are in the car.
Did you see the timing screens of the season? Half of them are blue. That's the thing. Like I said, it's annoying because, like, for example, with the Red Bull and AlphaTauri, yeah, okay, the sister teams together, yeah, but they have to be the same colour. Like, it's ridiculous. They're so close together, the same colours. There's a lot of colours to choose from, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be blue. There's dark blue, light blue, turquoise blue. Like, even the Williams is like a light blue. It's not even white. It's light blue.
Yeah, and the Mercedes as well. It's actually, that's a pale blue as well. So if you have to look at,
there's so many different. It's all blue. There's no colours.
Well, I could see on the new update, if you actually look, the actual colour difference on the map is actually the difference between the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo. They were a lot closer than what they were now, so they've actually changed that as well to distinguish between the two.
Again, I think that's another frustrating thing. Obviously, I know Alfa Romeos are meant to be red, so obviously they've had to go with the red. As built into another 1:14.4. But yeah, it's hard to see for us, especially on the track map when you've got two red dots or four red dots going around. You're trying to work out which one's which.
See, if it was up to me, I'd have the for Alfa Romeo, I'd have a little dot, half red, half white.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That actually be perfect. They are white, and they're mostly white than the red. We've got an on board with them right now. There we go. They're mostly white. Let's be honest, mostly white and a dash of red. There, so hey,
so,
I want to see what the Williams are going to be as well. Just the Williams will be able to do control as well. See what the new name as well.
Oh no, I don't think that they're not changing the name, are they?
Oh, thank God for that. I'm glad for that.
No,
it's keep the Williams name.
It was one of the caveats that they keep the name, but the name only lasts until Sir Frank and Claire are no longer with us.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's basically, so the name can change, but then hopefully they'll think about Williams' name is the same way they think about the McLaren name. They keep it in the sport, even though the family's no longer part of the race team. And CD has put in a time of a 1:15.545, basically smack by the same time as Freedom. So absolutely brilliant time there.
Yeah, some quick times coming in, as you can see. Not a lot of 1:14s. Could we possibly see a 1:13 today, do you reckon?
I'm not going to say yes, because I think it's going to be quite tough for them to get that to that speed, really. But if it's going to be anybody, it'll be probably Percy or Valkyrie that's going to break that 1:13 barrier.
Definitely. It's not a good track to string together sometimes. You've got to be very careful. Cars starting to retire. I think we actually have a crash. The chat on board with Get Carter quickly. I think someone's crashed into the entry of the pits.
Oh, I think that might be an Ari.
Yeah, I think it was. Ari possibly freed. Oh, whoa! There you go. Get Carter just happened to avoid that. Good reactions from him, but that's going to really screw up his time now.
Yeah, because he won't be able to get the speed for his out lap. I've just got a message from. Oh, it doesn't matter now. I was going to say Valkyrie was just asking that he lagged out and he was looking for a new invite, but he's back in anyway, so that's good.
Ari just messaged me saying, I am so stupid. And now he's quoting Charles, I am stupid. I am stupid. Ari, what happens? Let us know.
Yes, please let us know. We're just in your car in pieces on the middle of the track.
Izzy, I'm blaming you for this. No, people that you know, you follow, always seem to get screwed over. Like Ken on Saturday, you got Ari today, Raukio didn't have the best race. I think I'm blaming you. I'm aiming for you. It's all your fault. You blame me, I'm blaming you.
Who is he?
Yeah, it's definitely Izzy's fault. All of our fan favourites seem to get in trouble at some point in the race.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. I'd say I can go along with that. I can see where that would happen. And TA puts in a 115.5. It was CDM just retired.
No, he's crashed. He's crashed on
the
crashed? Curb there.
Oh.
Yeah. How did his car in sector 2?
Yeah, I thought it just said he retired. I thought he might have retired in the pits. So this is where I said I got a message from King's Home earlier asking, am I looking forward to it? And I went, yeah, I'm expecting to see people spin out of turn 5. And thanks to CDM, he's actually done exactly that, really, spin out of turn 5.
Yeah, so currently in danger, we've got, actually Ari will unfortunately be seeing the buys him in this round. Matty Bot is currently on his outlap now. Flea is in danger, which is surprising, and El Stefano. Then we have Freedoms and CDM who are both retired. Get Carter's on the cusp, along with Abyss. So there's a lot of drivers in the danger point now.
Yeah, it's a lot of these drivers are the ones that you do expect to see battling in the mid pack, really. So I do think it's the fact that these drivers are getting better and better, which means that we can't really predict who's going to be in the bottom few.
No, we really can't, especially with the free tier qualifying system. Ari especially said, do I want to see another Brazil? I don't know, do we want to see another Brazil? I want to see some more battling. I want to see battling with you and Kingsholm, but I don't want to see the crashes and all of the soulful.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see that. I want to see them go wheel to wheel through from like turn 7 all the way around to turn 12. That'll be absolutely epic in my eyes.
That will be, especially if they don't hit each other on the way around. Let's have a look with Flea. He crosses the line. He needs to get out of the 115 possibly. He's slowed down though. It looks like he's not going to be qualifying. So that ends. I'm going to say goodbye to Flea.
Yeah. Unfortunately, got Matty Bot who needs to put in a good time here without spinning out.
Both watching him now.
Yeah, it was just on board, double jinxing. He's got. Oh! I thought he might even validate that lap there. But that was so close.
Right in that curve, there we go. There's the little spin from Matty. That's a bit of a half spin fishtail.
Yeah, yeah.
Quickly reading that message from Ari, what happened to him? May or may not have tried to get past as close as the apex as possible. I think he tried to take the apex as close as possible and hit their car. So he hit his car straight into the barrier.
To be honest, I don't understand why people think that is the fastest line for turn 14. Turn 14 is one of those ones where you've got to have a late apex, and you don't really touch the apex of the you don't touch the curb on it. You are just going wide and cutting in because it gives you that most speed through the straight. Well.
Oh, we hit Freedom's car. That's what happened. They get Freedom's car.
And Matty Bot is out of Q1. Oh, sorry, Matty.
Oh, we got it. Oh, hang on a minute here. Abyss has got a 5-place grip on it for something in the race there. Not sure what happened there.
Let's jump onto the race. I'll jump onto the incidents and have a look.
We're saying goodbye to Freedoms for some reason.
King's Home, he crashed into King's Home and got himself a grid penalty.
So looks like we're saying goodbye. So obviously Ari in 19th, Matty Bot in 18th, 17th Flea, El Stefano in 16th. But strangely, 15th and 14th as well.
This will be because if the it's a glitch with it. I don't know whether it's a glitch or whether it's the system that they've put in place for the Codemasters to actually give the most competitive drivers into Q2. Because if you've crashed out or retired, they kind of bump you down.
there you go. So we are saying goodbye, but I would think that they would have made Q, made Q2 because obviously
possibly
we normally
Q3.
see 15 drivers. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. We don't normally see so many drivers being kicked out.
It is only because we haven't got a full grid. When you got a full grid, it's a 5-5, and then Codemasters put in the fact that they get rid of 5 in Q1, and then the remainder get removed in Q2. Where it used to be 50-50 beforehand.
So Izzy just sent me a message with all the drivers' names and their colours for this year, and she weren't wrong. Half the grid will be blue. Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Hamilton, Latifi, Ocon, Perez, Russell, Verstappen. Obviously, you've got the Red Bulls there. You've got the Mercedes. You've got the new Alpine team, so they're going with lightish blue by the looks of it. And then the Williams are going for a slightly darker blue than we're seeing today. So a lot of blues, a lot of blues.
While everybody is still doing outlaps, I'm just going to quickly run through the details of the circuit. Okay, so Hungaroring in Hungary, it is 4.38 kilometers long. It is 2.7 miles. It has 14 turns, but technically it's 15. That is 9 to the right and 5 to the left. When I say there's technically got 15 turns, there is a small turn after turn 1. There's actually called 1A, which is that little kink that goes on in the second DRS zone. It was the first F1 race after the Iron Curtain fell, so on that side of the Europe. So, and that was back in 1986.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run through a circuit view with Percy as he does his flying lap, because we are expecting him to do fast time here. So we've got the right-hander here of turn 1. As turn 1, it goes into the DRS zone, and then here's 1A here, that little kink going to the right as it comes into turn 2, which turn 2 is like, it's typically like a hairpin, but you've got to kind of get yourself out into the middle, ready for turn 3. Turn 4 coming up, and now it is the fast turn. It does have track limits on the right hand side, so you've got to be careful. So you've got to kind of scoop across here. Now into turn 5. Turn 5 there, you've got to watch the inside curve, which is very slippy. Onto the chicane of turn 6 and 7. Now this is the start of the flow, as they call it. The flow then is from turn 8 there, turn 9. You've got to basically make sure you hit the apexes perfectly here. Turn 10, onto turn 11, and then you've got a small straight here onto turn 12. You've got to make sure you've got hit the apexes perfectly and get yourself lined up for the next corner. This is turn 12. Again, you've got to move yourself right across here for turn 13. Turn 13 is another late apex, because you got the pin entry to your right here, and then onto turn 14. Turn 14, it should be a late apex because of the straight afterwards, but Percy hits that right in the middle and over the line with 1:16.2. I'm sure you can go a little bit quicker than that because it came off just before turn 4. Kingshome with a 1:16.7 and Brooksy with 1:17.9.
Yeah, that was a very good rundown of the lap from yourself and from Percy, obviously. So
yeah.
Well done to both of you.
Thank you very much. So again, because I am all trying to know about the circuit and know about the corner names, this is one of those ones with very few corner names. I reckon we should let Izzy see if she can work out what corners are actually named after people and what they are named.
Yeah, I did see you playing this game. Obviously, I did try and join in with the Bahrain one.
Bahrain, yeah. Turn 1 is Michael Schumacher corner. Someone got the name right quite quickly, but they didn't get the corner right. They went for turn 12, which is...
Oh, that was me. I said turn 12.
Yeah, you did. Turn 12. Why turn 12?
I actually meant turn 1 and 2. No, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay,
no,
yeah.
I meant turn 12. I meant turn 12. It's one of my favourite.
A base with another 5 grid. A base with a 5 grid penalty for collision. There.
Just jumping on back to see. There's a bit of a train forming in the back here, as he starts to cut the grass. I wonder if Percy picked up anything there.
I think it was quite clear.
He said, "Don't let me guess the corner names. I'm useless."
Okay, well the two corners is the names are Nigel Mansell and Jean Alesi.
Classic drivers.
Yep, turn 4 for Nigel Mansell because it is the fastest corner. So they get named after Nigel Mansell because at the time when they were racing, he was the quickest. And Jean Alesi got it because he actually in 1995 he crashed his car on that corner.
That's not what you'll be known for. It's like Gambon corner on the Top Gear track.
The Gambon corner in the Top Gear track tends to make you flip your car over if you hit it too hard. We've got non-human. Let's see if he can actually improve on his time because he actually went a bit slow on that last one, so I think he might have had to come out of a corner. And he puts a 1:15.1, a nice time there. He puts himself in first so far.
Yeah, on the soft tyres as well. So what strategy are you using for this track?
I'd go for the one-stop strategy, start on the mediums and finish on softs. But if it comes an early safety car comes out and you're on the medium tyres, you might opt for a medium soft to give yourself the best possible chance of getting the momentum. Like you said, with this circuit being hardly any areas for overtaking, you've got to kind of make the most of it and keep in touch with the cars in front until you get that overtaking opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Because once you're stuck in that, if you're in a train during the flow section, then you're not going to make an overtake. Let's be honest. The ones we're going to be seeing are going to be at the end of turn 1, possibly at the turn 2, and if someone's brave enough, going into the death corner.
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be too many opportunities for overtaking. Matty Watts is 1:21.3, so not a very good time from him so far, but I'm sure he'll improve at some point.
Valkyrie jumped to the pit, but we've got Bilton Matt who's actually jumped on to a set of mediums here.
I just warn you guys, don't look at my chat because they are talking about the McLaren.
No worries. I'll stay clear. I've just got a message here from Brooksy. It says Abyss kept weaving on the track, tried to go down one way and he went the same way and hit him. So I think Abyss was trying to warm his tyres up and actually hit Brooksy. So Brooksy, the best thing for you to do, my friend, is make sure you got it recorded and report it to the stewards afterwards if it did actually hamper your qualifying attempt.
Yeah, definitely got to do that. Make sure everyone has got their own little personal views as well. It does help the stewards quite a lot.
Yeah.
Just currently on board with Abyss now. As Brooks seems to have left the session, hopefully we can see him back soon. Otherwise, he could be facing the drop zone.
Yeah, especially when we're looking at the as quicker times as like the 1:14s from drivers. I reckon Percy's done this thing again where he's gone out on the soft tyres and then kind of aborted the lap to then jump on mediums. Because is he on mediums now? Is he?
Let's have a look. See,
yeah, he is. He is on mediums, so he will be jumping on that. See, I'm trying to work out in my head what the time difference is on the track, and from time to time, I think it's 0.6 of a second if I worked out right. So
yes,
we could.
I think it is, yeah.
So I'm doing this from memory really, rather than actually sitting there with the little the strategy thing that they actually do on the MFD in the pits.
Yeah, we don't normally see that until the formation lap, and then we don't get a choice to see that really, which is quite a shame.
Yeah.
But with Ket Carter now, as he's going to cross the line, he's got one more corner to navigate. Obviously, the most difficult corner off the track. Full throttle now, races to the line and sets a 1:16.8, so puts him into 9th place. Percy goes 1:14.9, very very good time of him on the medium tyres.
Yeah, he was just under a 1:14.3, so that is roughly about 0.6 difference. So we could be looking at a 1:14.2, 1:14.1 for our fastest lap on Q3.
I'm going to jump on board now with Raukio. We're going to see how he flies along. What's they expecting there? So, okay, this is about McLaren still.
Yeah.
Whoa! Big offer there from Raukio there. So I think he'll have to probably abort his lap. Not sure what happened there. If we look at the replay of the stream, he got really out of shape at turn 1.
Oh well, I've got an update from Matthew Green saying Abyss had damage. He had a spin out at turn 1, at the start of his fast lap, so that could be the reason why he was a bit wayward in the track at points. But still, got to keep the car under control. If you've got damage, you've got to get it under control and back to the pits to get it repaired, rather than try weaving all over the place to put off other drivers, unfortunately.
Another spin there from Rauko to see in the bottom of the screen. He's not having a good out lap there, or a good hot lap I should say. And this makes room for Tier. He cross codes ahead of him, so jump over Tier, see what he can do on these medium tyres.
Am I right to think that Rauko is... Ooh, I've just seen that a best spin out of 10-15. He's blocking the road.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that is a bad place to spin there.
It's a bad place to spin, but he also came back onto the track when he should have actually just reversed back off.
Yeah, Dizzy's said the Irish lads are struggling around here, which they definitely are, with Abyss and Rauko still not setting a time, but not setting a good time with Rauko.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, really. Rauko is a very quick driver, so hopefully he'll be able to put a lap in together now and get himself up into Q3.
He's a fairly good quick driver. I won't say he's very quick. He's fairly quick. I think he's twice now.
Well, like,
sorry.
I don't think there's enough room for your ego and yourself out there right now.
I've won 2 races now, and it's coming out of me a bit too much. Rauko is a very good driver, so
yeah,
let's see what he can do.
He is quite competitive here at the front here with drivers such as Kingzone, Non-Human Freedom. They're all up there at some points. I think Percy is just on another level, to be honest.
Yeah, and also Rauko is at a young age as well, so he's got time to improve. Whereas like someone like old like myself, I'm probably going down the hill now. Like he's gone up the hill for his peak, and I'm going down the hill for my peak. So
and Rauko's
doing very well.
A time of a 1:15.7. Actually, that's a quite decent time, I would say.
Yeah,
not
very
bad.
Good time from him.
Not bad, Rauko.
Is he just messaged saying you did win them quite comfortably? To be fair, but again, it was kind of helped the fact that they were battling as well.
Yeah.
Convincingly, I should say. Yeah. But yeah, obviously it helps when you've got 2 cars battling. All you do is maintain as well. That's the trick to convince him, I suppose. We're entering the last 2 minutes there, almost. Couple of cars in the drop zone. We've got Brooksy, Matty, Abyss. Get Carter's on the edge. Wild Gamer's on the edge.
We just
Good to see Wild Gamer actually making it through to Q2. Hopefully we'll see him in Q1 as well. He's not had a great qualifying for the first 3 races, I suppose.
You do mean Q3?
Yes, Q3.
Yeah, well, see, Wild Gamer, I will say I've seen him race in other leagues, and he is a good racer. I think this league has got a lot more competition at his level, which is what he wants. Really, he wants to be racing like that. We've got a few drivers coming out. We've got both Ferraris coming out.
Matty's had a big spin there, and he's lost his nose. So that'll be the end of the session for him, I think. Time he gets back into the pits. So we'll be saying goodbye to Matty, unfortunately. Brooksy is joined just in time, but I don't think it's enough time for him to set a lap as we just hit in the 1:15 mark.
Yeah, it won't be enough time to get out there for a fast lap unless we've got that timing problem again with our screen.
Possibly. Very positive. It's Codemasters, you never know. There could be another glitch. There could be another 15 minutes left, probably now.
Yeah, we've got X-Jam who's just dropped a message saying I'm starting 14th. If he's come late, he's probably starting a bit lower than that.
X-Jam is Freedoms, yeah. Yeah,
Freedom is the alright, fair enough. So X-Jam, I'm starting 14th, I think. Should I start on mediums or hards? What do you think? Well, personally, I'd start on mediums.
I wouldn't. I'll start on mediums. I don't think hards are a good tyre, particularly around here.
Definitely not.
But I think medium, and then you kind of want to just see how the race goes, because obviously if you get a safety car at some point, you can either, depending on how early in the stint you can go onto your mediums again, you can go onto your softs and try and cut through the pack a little bit. But I think the hards probably are the ones to avoid, unless you have a really early crash and you want to stretch out as much as you can.
Yeah,
but I think avoid at all costs, personally.
the hard tyre will only really work if you're on the soft tyre and there is a very early safety car or someone takes your wing off. Jump on the hards then.
Yeah. Matty decided to have a go with the Formula Ford. Yeah, did he now? So there we go. So we are saying goodbye again to Brooksy, Matty, and Abyss with another 5th-place grid penalty, which I believe will put him at the back of the grid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
10th place already. So Freedoms, you're going to be up 1 place, pal, if you're listening, up into 13th.
Yeah, he will be.
Well, so, and also, look, if you look at this as well, everyone's going for mediums except for non-human who set a soft time. So that's what they're going to be starting on as well.
Yeah, if you look at the times as well, like the time difference between Death Dragon and non-human, it is 0.6 of a second, which is basically the time difference what the that tyre would do anyway. So if non-human stuck on the medium tyre, he still would have qualified in. Well, would have went into Q3 being second.
Regardless, yeah, we would have done really well. And also as well, where like I did say, anyone break into the 113s, Percy set a 114, like a low 114.
Yeah.
So I think, very no soft tyres. It could have been hopefully see a 113 today. We'll wait and see. Got my data back on so we can see as well what all the guys will be fitting. I'm guessing it's all going to be softs from now on as they're fighting for the top 10.
Yeah, definitely will. I'll be surprised if anybody goes medium tyres in this in Q3. I've just had a message from Wild Gamer saying don't go on the softs, they overheat like crazy. It is a high wearing tyre track, so yet the tyres will be quite hot. And then also Brooksy just confirming that Virgin Media Wi-Fi says no to you qualifying.
I know the pain. I had the pain. I've now gone with Sky. But I think, like I say, the Sky is a bit better. But my partner behind me probably disagree, and she's currently staring at a blue screen saying connectivity to the box isn't working. Goddamn Skybox.
Right. It depends where. Like say, I've got Sky. I've got multi-room as well. It actually all depends where your internet hub is. Because you kind of want to put the internet hub as close to the middle of the house as possible. That means it gives you full coverage, because the little boxes act as a booster.
Yeah, I think we're trying to struggle with that at the moment. Hopefully they'll come and sort that out very soon. I think we're going to go hardwired, fingers crossed. El Stefano message saying, I had no time to practice, so don't expect much from me today. Obviously we did say goodbye to El Stefano, I believe, in Q1.
Yes, we did.
So currently on board at the moment with Wild Gamer. He'll be the first to set the official lap and go divisional pole if he gets it all right. Liking the yellow helmet on the black car, does stand out quite nicely as well.
Very. It's like stands out mile away, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Is it all yellow, or has it got like? It's got like, it looks like little bits of green on that as well.
Yeah, there's like possibly black. It's hard to tell from the broadcast angle I've got. I'll have to jump on board and see.
You can only just see like the top of it. It's like a leopard print pattern or sort of. Oh no, it's the alphabet one. The alphabet pattern that's black.
The alphabet one. I do like a funky helmet, I've got to say.
Yeah, I quite enjoy the McLaren boys designing their own helmets.
Oh yeah, do you know what? The one they did with the I'm a massive fan of the drip look paint. The paint, you know, the paint look. I think it looks. So Lando Norris's helmet is one of my favourites. The black helmet with the paint splashed on it. I think it looks amazing.
I love the one the way that he chose the little girl's design,
because with the handprint on it.
Yeah, or because she put the S below, so it was like Lando Norris S underneath it. I suppose he picked it for that reason, and that reason alone was the reason why it stood up for him.
So just waiting for Wild Gamer to come across. Yeah, so what he sets. Well, look at the next question. 115.2.
Nice.
So Izzy's asked what our favourite design all time would be. So I think we both answered that straight away.
Oh, I don't see. If you say all time, then it's.
And there we go. Percy has set a 113.9. So it does go into the 113s. I want to think a little bit of this because
James Hunt.
Hunt's
straight
had a
up.
nice helmet. He was nice.
James Hunt, straight up. James Hunt, Sex, Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions.
Absolute brilliant helmet.
Quality.
Oh,
Quality
113.9 from Percy. He does it. He breaks that 113 barrier. I didn't think he would be able to do it. It could have. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought he put it all out there on Q1, but he proved me wrong.
See, the thing is, looking back, Vettel's had some funky helmets when he was at Red Bull. He changed it every race, I believe.
Yeah, and now the FIA's kind of jumped in and say you can only change the helmet for official reasons, which is why the McLaren actually have said that they're going to auction some of the helmets off, replicas anyway, off to for charities, which is why they got away with it this year.
Yeah, which is a very nice touch considering what's going on in the world. I think it's a very nice touch from them. But yeah, I think my ones, Norris's helmets are quite funky.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to look at a funky helmet, especially for the current season, look to Norris.
Well, the one thing is I've got to say hats off to McLaren for that. Even though they've actually openly admitted that they've got financial difficulties, they're still putting a lot of effort in for charity, which is great. A comment from XJam saying Percy is built different. He is.
Percy's a bit crazy. Percy's a bit crazy.
He's the new admin, isn't he, for LFR as well?
He is a new admin as well, so it's nice to show. Obviously, there's opportunities for drivers if they want to help out. So he does help us out quite a bit when we have a bit of extra help. Yeah,
so like this is like while it's like everybody's like kind of jumping in the pits now and like got a couple of people on track, I'm just gonna make sure everybody knows about the LFR Jensen Button Award, which is the award for the cleanest driver of the season, and it is they are gifted a real life prize, so it's not like just one of those awards that you go, well done, you're champion. No, it's a £20 PSN gift voucher for MNR and one for TNR as well. So all you got to do to qualify is drive clean and finish a race. That's it.
Yeah, that is basically it. You said that's a great award as well. As I said, we do it for free. So the fact that these guys are doing it out of their own pocket, which is a nice touch as well, I think.
It's to promote clean racing, which is like with our first season as a league, that's what we want. We want to aim for clean racing, but we're not so. We'll work on competitiveness as time goes on, but you cannot put money on clean racing, really, can you?
No, you definitely can't. It's a fine art to get clean racing.
Yeah.
So like I said, guys, if you are interested in helping out, giving away some of your free time to help the league, it's much appreciated. As I said, unfortunately, I can't help out as much as I would like to, because I run my own sort of league as well, with the Friday league. Me and Gaz both commentate every other day of the week, pretty much now.
Yeah.
So we can't help out as much as we would like. So if you do want to lend a hand to the guys, or just want to get involved in any sort of way, just send us a message. We'll let you know how to do that.
Yeah, just message King's Home or Flea, as they're the main admin. They'll be able to help you out, no problem.
Definitely.
So while Gamers confirmed his helmet design, my helmet has an H on it, which is the beginning letter of his surname. So at least that rounds it up for us.
I think you should have something to do with hunting. Let's say his last name is Hunter. You could have a bear on it or something, like an elk head, hunter.
Or he could just have have the bottom half green and have a little lawnmower on the side of it.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite cool. That would be quite cool as well. As Tier goes 8th for the 115.2. When I was doing go-kart racing, I had my helmet was always the same. My helmet was silver, just an ordinary silver helmet, and then I just started to put stickers on it. So it was a bit of like a sticker look, but nothing much design work done to that.
I had, over my time of racing, I had two different helmets. I had a plain black one, which I've still got, and I had this white one with basically Army Be the Best on the back of it. I got into a very nasty accident in a corner at Castle Coombe, and my helmet broke, so I got rid of it.
definitely can't get race with that one with a broken helmet.
Yeah, broken helmet. That's like, that's I can't keep that, unfortunately. It basically cracked like an egg at the top. I was perfectly fine, but just like my head hit the roll bar, and it was one of the bolts was just exposed a bit instead of like having all the padding on it, and the top of it just cracked the top of the helmet, and that was it. Even though it could have been, it was a tiny crack really in my eyes, but you can't put a price on safety.
You can't keep it. Definitely not. So I remember my mate, so I used to racing go-karts when I was a kid. My mate come in with this brand new helmet design. I think he spent about 200 quid on it, something stupid anyway. And we was doing an exhibition race. It wasn't even like a league race, just a fun race. It was peeing down the rain. We're racing around City Airport, or just underneath City Airport, which is obviously in London. And it was going along, peeing down the rain. I think the drivers got distracted by a plane taking off, because they would literally take off over our heads. And he was new. He lost control on the hairpin. And obviously being a hairpin, being in a go-kart, you can't see around the hairpin. So someone's hit him, who's hit him. I'm in 5th. My mate was in 6th. So I've hit into this as well. Then he's come in, and it's like the scene in cars when the two cars are in that pile up and they're giggling at each other.
Yeah.
And then another car literally T-boned him. His helmet flew off, smashed on the floor, had the worst crack I've ever seen. It turns out he didn't put his helmet on properly. He didn't have the strap on or anything like that. So he didn't know how to work it. So yeah, his helmet was completely ruined. He got hit with such force that his helmet just flew off his head. It was ridiculous. I think it was a bit big for him. I think the idea Dad was like, "Oh, you'll grow into it, son." No, he won't.
Gamers,
that was a fun day.
Well, gamers just put. I've had a worse accident than that. I rolled my lawnmower. Typical.
Oh no! See, I'm guessing you take the blades out, right?
They've got to, haven't they? Otherwise, they're going to be.
So.
It's just sitting there, just like, oh, you can actually see the race online because it's just all cut out on the grass.
It's just carved in.
It's just like it's like paper thin grass at the bottom, just where all these lawnmowers have gone over. They're just cutting it.
And after about lap 6, it turns into Skeletrix, where you can't physically move out of your line you're in.
Well, he broke his arm in 3 places. Well, it's lawnmower race, right? Even though it does sound quite stupid, I don't to some people, but it is actually quite dangerous. There's actually no safe. It's just like there's no safety mechanism in that lawnmower. Once you hit something, you're flying.
Is there?
No, not at all.
You must be sitting quite high up, so it must be a high center of gravity. So you must easily flip.
And he confirmed that yes, they do take off the cutting blades.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Yeah, imagine that if he rolls it over and like the blades will be exposed, wouldn't he? If someone comes in there, and that's it, they'll be gone.
Oh, that'd be horrible. Oh, stream's lagging a bit. I think the stream possibly is lagging because I'm constantly trying to turn the TV back on again. So I might have to just leave it for a bit. I think the worst crash I ever saw a go-kart in was a car. I think there's a mechanical fault with one of the carts, and he had to pull to one side. And bear in mind, this was a street circuit kind of job. Then there was no off-road you can leave. But it suddenly come to a stop. Another car who was fighting for the lead, this was a back marker. 2 cars fighting for the lead, jostling, left and right. Didn't see the stopped cars. A bit like what happened with Billy Monger, but not as bad. But this car managed to get on the back of the stationary car and went skywards. And this car had basically backflipped, which was the scariest crash I've ever seen. I was in about, again, say 6th, 7th. So I was quite far away, but I was approaching the corner and I saw this car just go straight up into the air. It was quite scary.
So just going to have a quick rundown because we have come up to the end of qualifying. So currently at the moment we've got 113.9 from Percy Valkyrie on a 114.2, Death Dragon on a 114.4, Non-Human on 114.5. A great move lap by him on his last lap there. We've got Civi on a 114.6, King's Home on a 114.9, Wild Gamer on a 115.0, Get Caught on a 115.1, Bilton, who's just managed to get a 114.4, puts himself in third, and we've got Tier on a 115.3. Sorry, 115.2. Whoa, Percy!
Did he go faster again?
Yeah, 113.4. Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's on another level. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we've got to say goodbye to Ari. He's messaged saying that he's got to go. Something serious has come up. So hopefully everything's okay, Harry. We'll have to see you soon. Fingers crossed. But it's a bit of a
no
shame
worries,
to say
mate.
goodbye to Harry.
Yeah, I hope everything's alright, mate.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully we'll find some more later. Fingers crossed, like I said, fingers crossed he's okay. So internet finally resurrected itself as well, so good in the hood for that. No one appears to be on a lap either, so we're just waiting for Raukio to retire, and then we can crack on with the race.
I just can't believe that Percy's just kind of like smashed that time again. 113.4, another level that is, another level.
It's unreal. That's unreal. So there we go. So Percy will be your pole sitter. We'll go through it all again when the information laps are on. But Percy, Raukio in second, Bilton, Matt in third, Death Dragon in fourth, fifth is Non-Human, sixth is Civvy, seventh Kingsholm, eighth Wild Gamer, Get Cartered in ninth, and Tia is in 10th.
Well, these times on Q3 are a lot quicker than what there was in Q1 from the same drivers, because we were looking at Percy of a 114.2 in Q1, and now everybody's like in the 114s, low 115s, so it's going to be a very close race, especially across the front 10. Maybe apart from Percy, let's say.
Yeah, definitely. So Ari, if you are still obviously on the game, I know you're still watching at the moment, I know you're getting ready to go. I know it's a big ask, but I say if you can, if you're still in the game, if you could retire the car like early as possible, would be brilliant. But I think you might have already left, so don't worry about it too much.
Yeah, he has left the session already, so don't worry about it, my friend.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. Only if he was in the game, so don't worry about it too much, pal. Fingers crossed. Then let us know if it's okay later on. It said he's okay. It's just something to do with people that's around him. So again, think love to the family and friends, pal. Obviously, this whole COVID situation, it's got to be very, very careful of people around you.
Oh, here's a little question for you while we're waiting for this to load up. Wild Gamers basically said, "What power do you think we are popping?" And then he actually gave us the answer, what the power of the lawnmowers. So, how much horsepower do you reckon are in these lawnmowers?
Okay, it's a lawnmower. It can't be nothing ridiculous, surely. I'm gonna say 60 horsepower.
60.
And that's quite a lot from. That's quite a high guess.
My first car.
Shout 60.
60. Well, my first car was a 1.2 Vauxhall Corsa, and that had 86 horsepower in it.
Okay, I might have shot a bit too high for that.
Yeah, he said it was 16 horsepower or 18, depending on the class. So it does sound low, but it's
horsepower.
16, 1.6.
Okay, 16. Okay. You never know. You never know with these things. I think my first car, I don't know. I think I had a 1.1 Peugeot 106. The thing was like, don't get me wrong, it was not a very quick car, but it was so light that it was unreal. I rolled it twice. I think the car was ridiculous. It was so quick for what it was.
See, I quite like
car, Evo. My Evo, my baby. But then, unfortunately, that has now gone. Rest in peace.
What did you do to it?
I didn't do anything. It was actually I had a Evo 10, so the newer version, and the flat paddle gearbox, semi-automatic. But I'm not knowing too much about the issues they had. Some of the cars had a problem with the gearbox where they'd get stuck. Mine got stuck and started to eat itself. So unfortunately, it would have costed about 7-8 grand to get it fixed, and this was only last year. So being in lockdown, couldn't really afford, because I didn't know what my job was going to happen. So I had to kind of get rid of that car. So it is a shame, but I had some good times, and I've got a nice picture of the wall behind me when we took it to Wales. So I've got a nice blown up picture of it.
Oh.
I took the picture. What do you think? Thanks to who? Okay, yeah, you got me the picture, but I took the photo.
Was it? So I'm guessing your Evo is your first love then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. The thing, once you own an Evo, like or a sports car, you own the troubles with it. Like a little problem in an ordinary car is thousands and thousands of pounds when it comes to an Evo or a sports car.
Of course, yeah.
But it was for the 2 years I had it. Oh man, the best time I've had.
Well, just have a look at the tyre strategy that our drivers have chosen. We've got 2 people on soft, 2 people on hards, and the rest have gone mediums. Obviously, the one soft bear, Ari in 18th, or not, who's not with us, so that'd be AI'd all the way around the circuit, I believe.
He did say that he'll try to shoot an invite and try and come back and do it, but I think that we did say it's not too much of a fuss, to be honest.
No, there's no point rushing that. If he doesn't, if he's got to be there, and there's 3, 4, 5 red lights. The routes, and away we go. And
fairly clean start.
Codemasters, come on.
Yeah, the angles are awful. Everyone's fighting to turn 1. Can't really see much. Bit of wing damage off soft full. I feel like it was from a Renault. Not sure. The angles they're giving us are not very good.
And it's CDM who's got wing damage.
There we go. CDM with wing damage. So I feel something flying off there. It's kind of just in position, going left and right. Good jump back. Oh, we have a spin. We have a Raukio off. Raukio is retired. Raukio is out of the race, which has caused 4 yellow safety cars come out. He has spun on the very fast.
Right. We've got the Ari with the AI has actually stopped dead on the track. The AI has stopped dead on the track.
Hopefully they get that. Oh, okay, I must say hopefully it disqualifies him, but it doesn't look like it has. There he's going around again.
Yeah. We had the same problem, didn't we, down at Baku at turn 15. So.
It's because the AI turned into literally like skeletons cars, and if anything's in their way, they just stop.
Yeah, we've had some seen some plenty of bizarre moments in the last few days regarding AI and safety cars and just things just stopping dead in the middle of the track.
Yeah, Izzy's saying you can't blame me this time. I didn't jinx this one. Well, he's one of your followers. So.
Come on, Izzy, take the blame.
CDM is pitted. CDM is pitted. Obviously, without a new front wing, you would have to pit. I wonder what tyres you're going to go to.
Hard tyres.
Go on. Yeah.
Hards to go. I've seen one of the tyre strategies came up and said mediums to hard, or medium soft medium, or medium soft, which is those 2 combinations. I reckon you could get a medium soft, which I reckon would be the preferred strategy in my eyes.
Yeah, medium soft, I think would be ideal. I'm going to try and invite Brooksy back. He has just left again, so if his internet is not doing him too good today. Raukio has commented FFS in the chat. Obviously, no genius to work out what that means. So Ari's car has actually got wing damage. The AI's car didn't choose to come in there. Only a strange call from the AI. But Matty Bottom to come into the pits. He's changed to medium tyres.
I think Matty Bottom started on mediums.
Yeah, so he just started. So he's at the back of the grid there. I'm not too sure. Has he gone back up to mediums? Stopped. Yeah, he's stopping up set mediums for some reason. If he has stopped mediums. Raukio basically asked the chat what happened. He said, binned it. Well, we know that, Raukio, but we wanted a bit more of an explanation behind it.
Binned it, yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. He's off to now practice Spa. Izzy saying, you've got to try and beat Dan. Well, our next race isn't Spa, but yeah, it wasn't practice Spa, you can crack on. Who else? We've got normal. Oh, I see, non-humans pitting. Oh, that's a strange call.
It's probably the worst time to pit as well.
It is. I think the back of the grid has got damage, but it doesn't look like he has.
He's gone on to set of hard tyres, so he's probably thinking he'll pit now, catch up with the pack at the back of it, so when everybody else pits, he might be able to last it out.
Yeah. It's a big, bold call.
It is a bold call.
There.
What, 33 laps on the hard tyre? Doable.
It's a big ask.
It's doable, but it is a big ask. I don't think a soft to hard strategy was ever on the cards anyway.
No, definitely not. They're probably the 2 worst tyres for this particular thing.
Internet doesn't want Brooksy to play.
We noticed that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, China's obviously in the TTFL league. China is our next race for round 3. We're skipping Vietnam.
Yeah, can someone else commentate on that? I hate China.
I just hate what's his name? What do you call it? Not Valencia. Is it Valencia? Vietnam. Don't like Vietnam.
Oh, it's see, like I said, the Vietnam is the Baku circuit that Herman Tilke wanted, but got told nope, he's not getting it. It is. If you actually look it up, if you actually look up the original Baku layout, you'd actually see it's pretty much the same shape.
Yeah, it's done by the same designer, I believe, as well, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, by Herman Tilke. So it's he's done actually he's done a lot of work. Yeah, it's his fault. He's done a lot of work at turn 1 and 1A. If you actually look at the shape of it, it's very similar to turn 9 and 10 in Bahrain. If you look at the shape. And that's
yeah, I like the idea of the street circuits, but you just don't get much overtaking or much or anything really.
No. And we're back racing. I'm sorry, I just had to jump in there.
Usually, nah, perfect. Percy's done his usual, trying to pull away a gap straight away.
It's Bilton. No, Bilton Matt did this last time when he was behind Percy on a safety car. He actually kept pretty close compared to other drivers. So I think Bilton Matt's actually done well there to keep it within the second.
He's not falling for any Percy shenanigans.
No,
you can see the pace of Percy. Look, he's already a second.
And Tia's moved on Brooksy. Obviously, Brooksy's AI'd, so Brooksy's just going to tumble down.
Fall down quite a lot. As you can see there, the AI car doesn't like to fight particularly, and when he fights in the wrong areas, so he will just drop down the grid, unfortunately.
Tia's got a front wing damage to the front right of his car. Yeah, he's also, I think he actually just picked up a warning there for turn 4 for going over the track limits, because, and again there at turn 9, he's going a bit too far over the lines, and I think Matty Bot has actually spun. Because he's, yeah, I think he spun at the chicane. That gap is too big, he kind of like really slow through the chicane, so I think he might have spun there.
Jump back on board quickly with a battle for the front. As you can see, Tia staying out. I thought he'd pit, because look at the gap, he's losing his ground to get car ahead of him. I would have probably pitted personally, but he's going to try and stick it out as long as he can.
He's probably going to stick it for another few laps, where get that to like lap 8, lap 9, and go on for a set of hard tyres and see if he can push it to the end. He'll be in a better position than what some of the other drivers that have gone to the hards quite early would be.
Make that jump on him as well, seeing that he is a wounded car, making the attack. Now chasing after his teammate now. I want to see Tier if he can make this corner. This is going to be very difficult without a end plate. As you can see, he has to brake quite heavily to make that work.
And DXT might, he's going to just pounce. You can see he's lining that up already. While Gamer with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That it was through the chicane. The chicane is going to be heavy on people with the cutting the corners there, as well as 10-4.
Yeah, it's very, especially when you go through the flow as well. Normally if you get a section of that wrong, then it's very difficult to get momentum back without cutting the corner.
Yeah.
He had a look down here, but doesn't go for it yet. But he'll wait for the straight, where he'll be more vulnerable. You can see how much Tier is struggling there. He's going wild at every corner, and he has decided to pit now, because I don't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, losing too much. So I've got to. I do feel sorry for DXT Matty at the moment. His beloved Liverpool team is basically losing all the time. I had to throw that out there for him. So yeah, enjoy.
Even without the you never walk alone bit, you're still throwing it in there.
Yeah, he's He'll never lose that now, because we know him as a big Liverpool fan, so we have to throw it in his face every time Liverpool get beat.
I can't say much, I'm a Spurs fan. We're not having a great mid-season either.
To be honest, this is probably one of the best seasons you've ever had. You're never really in the top 6, ever.
Shut up! Never in You're Scottish, you could say nothing.
I'm Scottish with a Scouse accent that supports Man United. How bad is that?
Oh wow, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
And Abyss goes really wide in that last corner, so he's actually lost a bit of his flow through the corners there. But this view I've got on, I bet a lot above you, just as he's going around those corners, absolutely beautiful looking.
Yes, that's the view that I think there should be another option for us to keep on that view, because the helicopter view is probably one of the better views of the game. It does help out a lot.
Yeah, it's one of those standing cameras, really high up, so you can the cars go underneath. It's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, sorry to see. I would just see a bit of damage, and I just see Kingsholm spin.
And Freedom just clipped the back wheel as Kingsholm was spinning.
Claps into Joe as well, and that's done his wing damage in even more.
Oh,
that's going to be frustrating to see. I'm not sure what happened there. I just caught the back end of that, because I saw suddenly, I think it was one of the hash drivers nearly rear-end Joe as Kingsholm, and then the other hash driver took the other bit of wing off.
Well, well, I was on board with Freedom at the time, and all I seen was the back end of Kingsholm's car spin right in front of Freedom. Freedom clipped the back wheel, lost a big chunk of wing. Unfortunately, that means that he will have to come in pit, because he's actually he was doing well. He was closing down the gap further ahead, to the cars ahead, but the gaps are starting to open up. There's a few like Get Carter and Kingsholm will be battling. Kingsholm will be suffering without that wing.
It looks like he did slow down there to let the two go. I think he knows he needs to pit now.
Yeah.
So he has slowed down to let them two pass. It's probably a clever move to do. So he'll jump into the pits now. As you can see, he does. I'm assuming he'll go onto the hard tyres and try and get it to the end.
Yeah.
He's also in with damage, I think, as well.
So this is actually the ideal time to jump on the hard tyres, I reckon, if you want to get to the end. But you still got to manage them very well. But personally, I think it might actually be best to jump on another set of mediums and then pit again with a soft tyre near the end.
Yeah, try and close the gap up a little bit more, because at the moment they are very spread out.
Yeah.
Wild Game was crashed. Sorry, Wild Game was just crashed. He's crashed very. Oh no, this could be a disaster. He's crashed on the death curb. Everyone does avoid. As you can see, Get Carter
all the way around. Got to give the hats off to these drivers who have actually.
Safety cars come out. There we go.
Yeah.
Safety cars come out. I don't blame it. I think that was a bit too late, to be honest.
And Non-Human's got a bit of damage on his front wing, so I expect him to jump in the pits. And Non-Human's drive-through penalty. Oh no, speeding under the safety car.
Speeding. So I think this is the time now. So if I was Kingsholm and who else just pitted? Freedom, who just pitted for hards, I think I'd come in for mediums. I would get rid of them, come in for mediums, and go on to that strategy of the medium soft.
Well, they might actually look at it and think, you know what, I'm going to stay out. If they've gone onto the hard tyres and they're looking to finish off on those hard tyres, they might just stay out and just take the advantage of the track position. Even though it will be at the mercy of other drivers, but a lot of these people.
It also depends as well what the medium runners start. When they start, what they go into. If they go onto hard as well, then obviously they've got the advantage of the on the same tyres.
Yeah. See, I personally would have jumped on another set of mediums, used them all the way up, and then go onto a set of soft tyres at lap 25.
Yeah, and then 10 laps on the softs.
Yeah.
When your car's nice and light, the track's bedded in.
Possible fastest lap. You'll be picking them off. So Bill and Matt takes the lead.
He hasn't pitted yet, I don't believe. He's on an 8 lap old mediums. So, not too. That's a bit of a strange one. I think personally, I think I would have pitted for the hards just to go to the end and cover off people like Percy and Death Dragon and El Stefano have done the same.
Well, Percy's on the hard tyres now. He'll be looking to finish on those tyres unless there's another safety car. He'll probably jump in for a set of softs if the safety car comes in late. But 9 laps in, and this is our second safety car.
For some reason, Sibby seems to have his overtake stuck on, so he's turning it off really. He's going to waste all his overtake behind safety car.
It actually, if he's going slow enough, it won't actually affect his. It won't come down at all. It's one of those things. If he's going slow, he'll still be charging it.
Fingers crossed it does. Otherwise he'll be possibly spinning out on the corner with the tyres getting cold.
So it's my little thing I do. What I'll put it on just when it says safety car is coming in. I'll put it on then. So then it was so as soon as I put my foot down, I've got all the power I need just to go.
Yeah, that's one of my tactics I do as well. And also I stick it into Rich as well. Have a little boost. Let's have a look. So Ari, the AI, is be in the back of the grid. Tier is catching up to the back as well as King's Hole. We do know that Non-Human has got to drive through the serve, so it's unfortunate for him. He's going to be at the back anyway after this.
I will be honest. It's one of those you get 5 seconds penalty if you don't do it, or they decide to disqualify you depending on whether how the program's been written. I think it is an instant disqualification on this, so it's kind of important that it does jump in within 3 laps after the safety car is released. But
I'm hoping it's they fix the glitch where I've not seen him get multiple drive-throughs.
Oh, we've just seen. Who was it? It was Abyss. He's all over the place, and I mean he's literally all over the track. He's just gone behind the safety car. He's gone off track twice. He's not holding the line at all. He's just all over the place.
For the clean drivers as
well. Well, luckily he hasn't made any contact. He is being a bit close to the Haas of El Stefano in front of him. He is very close to him. This is probably where the reason why I picked up the grid penalties on the qualifying.
Yeah, the safety car is coming in this lap now, so Milton will control the pace. But kind of a late call, but he's got to slow down a bit more. But you can see the safety car there has now gone in. So Milton now going to look behind, try and catch Sibby out best he can. And he's leaving it very, very late. He has now gone. And there we go. Sibby was quite wise to it, but he has pulled away a little bit of a gap.
And Percy's all over the back of DXT Matty, very nicely battling wheel to wheel. Let's go through turn 1. I've got to give it hats off to DXT Matty. He's actually given Percy all the space he needs. So very clean driving between these two.
Oilers at the back. I believe it's Get Carter who's spun, and
Tier's out.
Took out Tier with him as well. Not having fun in the back here, these guys.
Get Carter's still alive.
He's still alive, but he's got wing damage, I believe,
I think he's got no wing.
Yeah, no wing at all. Yeah, Mattybot's got damage as well. Ari's got damage. We have Yellows 1 and 2 again. Has Kingsholm got any damage? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it, no.
No, I think Kingsholm was quite clean through that. I think he was, because he was just in front of Tier, wasn't he? Or was he made it past Tier when this happened?
Jumping up with Percy, he's making a move on CDM. Seems weird saying CDM in a F1 game. Yeah, CDM. CDM defends very, very well there. Obviously his teammate ahead of him needs to do what he can to keep Percy behind. Jumping back again. I think Brooksie's under attack from all angles, being
and non-humans into the pit.
Yeah, that's a really drive for, I believe.
Yeah.
Kingsar making a move on Brooksy there. Oh, Death Dragons jumped Percy.
What? How did that happen? Well done, Death Dragon. Percy's gone really wide at turn 2 there. He's holding the momentum, but going wide does lose a bit of time.
He's got his teammate behind, so hopefully his teammate can sort of be a rear gunner now and help him out as much as he can. Freedom's in the pits as well, looks like he was involved in that damage with the upper. Again, the angles right here not brilliant, so I'm having to go on board quite a lot to see the action. Have a look who else we've got close battle with. Not much overtaking opportunities around this part of the track anyway, around the flow.
Percy half spun at the end at the last corner.
Is that what caused it?
Yeah. So that's probably why Death Dragon managed to jump on him.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to get these hard tyres up to temps. Obviously,
yeah.
Maybe not as much as you wanted.
Well, actually, Gamer has Terence said 120 rear tyres, so his temperature was at 120 on the rear tyres, which is basically cooking. I've actually got quite sure. I wonder what settings he must be running to have his rear tyres cooking that much.
Yeah, he must have maybe spun it, half spun somewhere, and just cooked up the tyres a little bit too much.
Well, this is a
penalty. Feels like a penalty.
Oh, that's not going to help him at all with the front battle, especially now he's got to pit as well. Yeah. Well, these two will have to pit soon. CDM actually leading in terms of the pit strategy at the moment, because DXT Matty has to pit as well. But
Percy gets a penalty. And I was on board with him, and he barely runs wide. So it just shows you how strict these track limits are at this track.
Yeah, it's very similar to the way Zandvoort runs the track limits. It's very, very tight, but it is down to the reason where the purpose of the circuit. The circuit is meant to make a similar feel to what Monaco is. So there are tight, twisty, technical sections with one major straight, which is exactly what you've got here. The only problem with this is that you do have areas to run off with, which is a good safety factor, but it gives the drivers the comfort of being able to think, oh, they can run a corner a little bit wide if they have to, and really they need to try and keep it within the white lines. Get Carter with a 3-second time penalty. I think we're at the moment now where we're going to get a lot of penalties for our drivers.
Yeah, especially when they're in dirty air as well. It's not going to help their downforces. As Matty's kind of forming a bit of a train here behind Death Dragon. He's had a little look a few times. The orange McLaren, but not able to make the move yet. Matty's doing very well to keep that car behind.
We've got Freedom's just managed to take a fastest lap of 1:18.6. It is 300ths faster than Percy's fastest lap so far. Wow. So that's going to be a competitive battle, both on the medium tyres at the time when they're done it. So whoever goes on the soft tyres at the end may actually pick up an easy fast lap.
Well, yeah, see for that one, the pit window is now open apparently for softs to the end. Well, sorry, softs for lap 22. I'm not sure why you want to pit now when you're running hard tyres, as Death Dragon does overtake Matty. Yellow flags again, maybe a full safety cars get cars retired.
Ooh. I wonder what happened there. That's 10-5 again. I'll be honest, I said to King Zone before, 10-5 is where people got to spin out, and we've had how many casualties? I think it's 2 in qualifying and 3 in the race so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a lot. As you can see, his car over there in the gravel. I mean, this would be the ideal stop for the medium runners.
Yes, definitely.
Safely go to hard to the end from here.
But I'd jump on a set of soft tyres personally. Jump on a set of soft tyres and then go for another set of softs like 25, 27.
Yeah, it's probably a good shout to do that. As long as you can make that pit stop up.
Yeah,
the problem is now you'll have a lot of traffic to try and cut through, and round here you're going to get stuck. That is the big issue probably.
Yeah.
As Filter Matt's trying to think now what to do. He does head into the pits. Not surprised there. So CDM will take the lead of this race. Let's have a look at Filter. What's he going to go on to? Have a look. See, last car on the grid, and I see hard to come out for the Renault, and it's hard to get for the Williams.
Flea's gone onto the medium tyres, so he'll probably go onto mediums. I don't think mediums are going to get you to the end, but they'll get you so close that you can throw on a set of softs and use them to the full effect.
What are the lives of the mediums? How many tyres do you reckon? Sorry, how many laps do you reckon?
You can get, I'd say, 18 to 20 laps on the mediums. But if you've already done a stint with the mediums, then you kind of need to pit again anyway. Soft tyres, you're looking at 10 laps effectively, pushing it to 12 if you've got if your tyre management is very good and you do kind of push the tyres over the cliff. Hard tyres looking at 25 to 30 laps. So
I think if you've got to be very careful on the mediums. So if they did want to get the mediums to the end, I think first of all, if you're on a wheel, tyre wear tends to be a bit more bearable, a bit more controllable than a pad. I'm not sure why, but it just happens that way. And we got a spin. Sorry, just saw a spin car. El Stefano has spun. Very strange one there from the Haas driver. Okay. So as I say, the medium tyres, I think they look after them now. Don't do too much warm up until the pack has all gathered up again, and then obviously on that last lap really run it. Then you could last them to the end.
Well, the whole thing with the controller is because you don't you have it's what they call it's a 16-bit control, which is you have basically 16 degrees of turning when you're on a controller, whereas a wheel you've actually got 180 with it with the control with the wheel. Sorry,
so you've got more controlled turning ability.
Yeah, so you can do more of a fraction of turn, really. So you've got more control.
That's it's turning. I always thought it was to do with the throttle. I'm not sure why. I thought it was more throttle control.
Oh, that's another level as well with the throttle control, because you actually do have the same kind of range. Because with the throttle control on the controller, it is 8-bit on the triggers. I'm going a bit technical, but like it's how the code is done from the controller to the console. It sends it as an 8-bit code, depending on how hard you press on the trigger.
Yeah. That was fun. I just messaged me. Said his AI crashed behind safety cars. So it must have been in AI mode. This is the problem with going into AI mode behind safety cars, because it's not, you're not controlling it. It's the AI. So you do need. I tend to only go onto the AI mode on the safety car just to check, very quickly penalties or that kind of stuff. But I don't tend to do it as a habit. I rarely would do that. So I think I would avoid that at all costs. I'm not sure how you feel about AI on the safety cars.
To be honest, if you're an admin or a steward, or you've got another role within the league, I can understand why you would do that. Even if it is to invite someone who's got an AI to get them back into retire their car or whatever. If you have a legitimate reason for AIing, it's fair enough. But I don't. Any just standard drivers shouldn't be going into AI whatsoever during a race.
Yeah, completely agree. So unfortunately, there's nothing more. I have to take that as a life lesson, I suppose.
Do you think the fact that he's got an AI and the AI's made a mistake, that they actually started listening to people's requests on how to improve the game? Because people have asked for AI to make natural human mistakes.
I really hope not, because ideally I want the AI to be an AI. I want them to just race, especially when you're online. If you're on the race, like your career mode, then yeah, okay, fair enough, they can make mistakes. But it's online. So hard to read online as well. Yeah. You could ruin someone's race if they make a mistake and hit the back end mirror or something.
Yeah. Well, it is one of those things. It's gonna age. If you're racing in real life, then you are going to find someone who makes a mistake and causes someone else to lose out of the race. So it kind of gives you the realism of it. Where I do find like career mode, I found it so boring when you find like every single car has had a perfect race and there's been no collisions.
No collisions, no corner cuts.
No.
They all follow the damn same line, and it's so frustrating. And they don't even weave like behind safety cars, which annoys me. They don't warm the tyres up.
No, and they get perfect grip as they go along as well.
Yeah. So there are some things, but there's some things that I've seen people have said, like random failure in online mode. Like if I had a random gearbox failure, I'd have to retire from the race in an online race. I think I'd be fuming. I think that's a bit too far.
See, I think they should have it as an option where they can put it on or off. So if anybody in a league, it could actually happen in a league, which would make a league interesting. Whereas if you're doing it as a one-off race, then you definitely don't want that to happen. It should never happen on a one-off race.
The safety car is going to come in this lap. there's a lot the Codemasters could do to improve it. Because obviously, if you are bringing in that gearbox or errors, then have it as a proper league where you can actually control your gearboxes and how many you use and stuff. But there you go, safety car has released, the cars are going again, and we're already seeing Percy on the attack from Death Dragon into the first corner. Death Dragon's going to hold that first, he's going to be late into the break-in. Death Dragon covers off Percy completely there to make sure he keeps that position. I can't see anything because the camera angle sucks. But there we go, he does hold that position. Possibly a move from the other Renault at the back as well on the Williams, I believe it is.
So that's Civi onto Bilton.
Oh, very, very close battle in here. They don't want to be doing it into this corner though. And he does, he backs out. I don't blame him for that. Matty Bottas coming to the pits. Bit of a strange time to pit, but he has pitted from a set of medium tyres by the looks of it.
He's already done 2 laps on those medium tyres, so if he's setting and going in for another set of mediums, then there must be like wing damage or something.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he would have. I think he was on the softs, I believe. It's been a strange call to pit then.
Well, it's saying that these medium tyres are actually 2 laps old, so are these the medium tyres? Yeah, old tyres that you used earlier in the race. Well, going on about the safety car restart, it kind of, I think Percy put himself in a very bad place because both Percy and Death Dragon were catch up with CD quite easily, but he put himself in that box where there was nowhere for him to go. He could not go around CD because CD had track position in front of him, and Death Dragon was blocking the inside move, so Percy had to back off.
I think he kind of put himself in a corner. It's really unfortunate. But at the moment, I think the race, if Civi can stay within this group, and even Flea saying that as well, Flea and Matty, because they've got no penalties. Flea and Matty are on the faster tyres, so they need to battle less as possible if they want any chance. They could possibly win this race.
Yeah, because Flea puts a move onto Civi, and Civi picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. So yeah, we could be seeing quite a few changes in position. Because
flags at the back.
Yeah, Flea is 2.2 seconds behind CDM. So if the race finishes now, he will get the win, and Matty would actually get second. And I think Death Dragon's making a move on the CD8. Well, he should be making a move on the next straight because he is all over the back of CD.
Yeah, look at CD's movement. I think he's on a pad possibly because it was quite a jagged movement just there, which does look like it was a pad input. DRS has been enabled, so that will help the overtaking a little bit.
It's enabled, but
battling,
it won't register until next lap.
Yeah.
Because
because there isn't that back straight anymore, is there?
No, it's the DRS trigger point is actually on at the beginning of 10:14. So it's like if you even the second DRS zone uses the same trigger point.
Because then there used to be a DRS zone in sector 3, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was back in 2018, 2019 when they stopped doing it. It was basically between 10s, 11 and 12, where they had a second DRS zone, and they also talked about having a DRS zone between 10s 3 and 4, so they had quite a few opportunities of having overtakes, but they deemed it as too dangerous because of the type of corners that they'll lead it into. So they were removed.
Especially with turns 3 and 4, because that top corner is far too quick.
Yeah, you're picking up a lot of speed on that straight anyway. If you went full all through turn 4, then you are probably going to hit the wall on the outside.
And also, if you get your DRS gets stuck as well in real life, obviously, you get stuck open. You don't want to be turning without a wing.
And the same with turn.
CD's pitted.
Yeah.
He's pitted.
Yes.
19 lap old hards. Yeah, they would have done.
He's got to jump on a set of mediums and get himself back out there. He would actually be in a good position if another safety car comes out, or basically the 2 front drivers' tyres don't last to the end of the race.
Yeah, so it has now released Death Dragon and Percy so they can start pushing properly, but I think Percy will be on the attack to Death Dragon now. He ain't got that DRS help. As you can see, this train now forming all the way back literally to Freedoms in P9.
Yeah, Percy.
needs to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, he does. He needs to get in a bit better, well, a lot closer to Bilton if he can, because he doesn't want to let Death Dragon and Percy slip away. But I was just saying, like, Percy actually purple sector 1. So we could be looking at a new faster time. Obviously he's been held off by Death Dragon quite a bit.
But else, the final mystery, did we see what happens to him? We didn't actually. I caught the back end of it, that's all I caught. Getting taken out by an AI would be too much frustration than another person. Yeah, I think if you don't get taken out by an AI, then you put it in for like a student's inquiry or something. You can't do anything about it, can you really?
No, not really. No, well, that's what I'm saying. If it, like with AI, you don't want to be on online races. You don't want to be humanized where they make mistakes. But if you're doing career modes, then you want other drivers to make a mistake. You want that challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Because you said it's part of the game as well. So if they're all racing perfectly, then say what I normally find that I'll get a corner cutting warning, and I'll go from P1 or P2 to P15 because they're so close together all the time.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But we'll carry on anyway. AI Ari up to P12, so he's doing very well. The AI car. Lee is still in and out of the DRS. He's now trying to catch up a little bit.
Well, Kingsholm is catching up with Civi, but he is using a lot of the track. He's actually gone off the track a couple of times there, so we might see Kingsholm with a penalty soon if this continues.
Also Civi as well, if we look on board with Kingsholm, he's now flashing, which means he's now run out of ERS. That's going to obviously help out Kingsholm a little bit as well.
Yeah, it flashes when you're either charging it or you've got no ERS, or if it's raining. So yeah,
like we described it, if you want listening to the stream we had on Saturday for the Noah Sisley, it's like having an elephant suddenly jump on your car because you lose all power. So it's very difficult to try and get that saved as well once you've used it. Now this is going to be like a water saying to the Kingsholm, come on, come and get me. I'm currently weak at the moment. I'm vulnerable.
Well, Kingsholm's got a knack of holding quite a bit his ERS quite a bit until the last couple of laps, and that's when he just lets it all out. So he always,
is brilliant.
Yeah, he does kind of exploit that quite a bit. And Percy with another 3-second penalty, basically. Percy losing a race would be down to his own fault.
Yeah, let's have a look at the penalties at the moment. Let's have a little goosey gander. I'll get the menu up. There we go. So 3 seconds for Death Dragon and 6 for Percy and Bilton. Basically, if I didn't change this to see the gap to the leader, that's how far they would drop. They would drop literally behind Freedoms and One Human.
Well, non-human's got 6 seconds and Civi's got 6 seconds.
Got 6 seconds.
So
yeah,
you'll be looking at well, Percy and Bilton would still drop down behind Freedom, but so will non-human and Civi. So you'll be looking at them hitting what, 7th? So coming from podium all the way down to 7th, and Bilton's dropped.
Bilton spun. Bilton just spun. Just seen, he's lost it on the turn 1, and now he's got no wing.
And Flea has somehow got in front of Percy.
What happened there? I need to quickly rewind that.
I just like we just see there like Bilton go down. I went down to see if I could see what happened with Bilton, and then all of a sudden Flea was in front of Percy. So obviously I reckon Bilton spun out. Percy's had to react, and Flea's took advantage of the mistake.
Yeah, it looks like he has. Yeah, he did. He did do that. Did it on the turn. Let's have a look. Safety cars come out again. So 1, 2, turn 3 or turn 2. Turn 2, I suppose it counts as technically. Turn 2, round the outside of turn 2.
Oh, so that horseshoe bend.
Yeah, the horseshoe bend. Brilliant overtake of him. And exactly what he wanted now, because obviously Death Dragon probably will pit now to go to the end on a pair of softs. No, he's holding track. Oh no, Flea's coming in. Flea's coming in. Okay, that's a straight
set of soft tyres.
Soft tyre, yeah, but he's got track position. I think I would have probably stayed. But everyone is copying, and Percy, Death Dragon, choosing track position.
See, like, they'll be going out, choosing track position like along with Freedom. Flea's going to jump back in with a set of soft tyres.
In 4th place.
In 4th place with. He's going to be right behind them. He's going to be there. And Bill and Matty's actually retired.
Yeah, he's called it a day, I think, there, as you can see.
Unfortunately, that just means he does not get any Jensen Button award points. But yeah, I'm going to still give this to Flea and Freedom, really, because all you got to do is like if Flea stays in the mix, he's on the soft tyres. Freedom on 13 lap old medium tyres has still got 10 laps to go on them. If I was Freedom, I would have jumped in.
Yeah, I think Freedom's made a mistake there, not pitting. I think I would have followed everyone else and pitted, put on the fresh set of softs, guaranteed to get to the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the race now is in Flea's hands.
Yeah.
Flea and Matty as well. Matty's obviously in a position as well with CDM. Obviously 3 lap old mediums, they can get to the end of it.
Well, it's like
the penalty he's got.
Yeah, it's going to ruin him.
Yeah, so Matty does need to clear him very, very quickly. And then units need to stay with Flea as they just charge the field. So I think these two guys will definitely be cutting through the pack.
I'm going to throw this out there because it's right. So I think it's going to be Flea, DXT Matty, and Death Dragon being the top 3, because Percy's got the penalties, with also a possibility of Kingsholm coming in 4th.
Yeah, Kingsholm's in a good spot as well now. This is the problem with the penalties here. Like when you don't get stuck in a DRS train, because of the track layout, how it's set out, especially with the flow, the section with like literally sector 2 to 3, you can't overtake. It's very difficult to break away, and with only one DRS place, there's not much you can do really.
Well, Percy's just jumped in the pit for a set of soft tyres. I know he's gone onto mediums.
Mediums. Maybe he has got some tyres left.
It's fresh mediums.
It's still a better tyre than the hards, but I would have taken a fresh pair of softs if he hadn't. Maybe he didn't have the option.
See, if he didn't have the option of the softs, he should have stayed on the hards to finish the race, because he was sitting in 2nd. But now he's sitting in 11th with 6-second time penalty. It's gonna. I'll be honest. Look, in this kind of position, I don't see Percy scoring any points.
No, I think obviously he'll get past Ari the AI, which that'll be inevitable. So he'll get in at least 1 point.
But that's it's 6-second penalty, so it depends on Brooksy and Abyss and Matty Bot if they catch up in time for the safety car coming in and stay there.
Is Brooksy back in, or is he still AI'd?
I think Brooksy might still be AI'd.
Yes, he is. So yeah, so Brooksy will obviously be taken out of standing, I believe, and so was Ari.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a difficult call. I do think he'll struggle. But we know he's got the pace, so that's going to be on his side. He's definitely got the pace, but has he got the 6 seconds worth to keep ahead of someone?
It's gonna be tough, because if you're looking at like drivers such as El Stefano, Non-Human, Kingsholm, Civi, those drivers who are the ones in front of him right now, they could be giving him a lot of pressure. They won't be easy to pass at all. Non-Human is actually a good driver. He's had a bad day today, but it's going to be quite a tough one for him to make his way through that. Not impossible. He's done it before. If he pitted with everybody else, he would be in a lot better position.
Death Dragon really waited late there for the safety car. Freedom's got really alongside of him there. As the safety car's now been released as we go. Flea is going to try and hold 3rd place, but the cars are starting to go at 3-4 wide, going into turn 1. Everyone seems to get away cleanly. CDM loses the back end a little bit, which seems to open for his teammate, possibly for Kingsholm as well, going into turn 2. They're going side by side around the horseshoe. Can he make a stick? He'll have the inside line for the next corner. Does the Percy's had a little look down the inside of Kingsholm as well, and nearly lost it with all of them there. As a big crash at the back, as Freedom's now gone out, and it's taken out everyone else. Kingsholm's gone.
Oh no! Freedom went off, and that was it. I was on Kingsholm as that happened. This is like the opposite. Freedom spun out, and Brooksy and Ari have stopped right in front of Freedom. They're actually dead. So basically, hopefully, the drivers in front are listening, because they're going to be coming around there very quickly, because it does take
I'm
near
hoping they
enough.
get disqualified now, because obviously they're sitting on track. They must be getting warnings. They
Yeah.
must be getting something. Oh no, they're not. They're carrying on. Oh, for God's sake, Codemasters, man, sort your game out.
They got that 5 seconds, don't they? 5 seconds countdown, and then they probably just made it. That's unbelievable.
So there we go. So at the moment, technically now, everyone will be scoring points if they can finish this race. Percy and Matty Bot are going side by side. No, Percy's coming into the pit, so he must have had damage there.
Yeah,
so is one human. Oh,
absolutely unbelievable. I'm surprised the safety car didn't come up for that. But
yeah,
I just got a message. Brooksy, I'm using data to watch this. Why
the
is
best data you've ever used?
And why has my AI stopped? Well, basically, Brooksy, your AI stopped because of the programming that the AIs have with
sorry,
the track.
Flea's making a move on. Sorry, Flea's getting overtaken by DXT. Matty holds the inside line. Bit of contact between the two, as you can see. Matty's hand did go up, but yeah, these two are battling it out. They don't want to be doing it too much because Death Dragon's going to leave them behind. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So the AIs with the Codemasters coding that they put in place is that the AI will actually stop rather than try and go around a obstacle. It's stupid because it's like basically they're stuck on a Scalextric track. That's the way you got to think about it.
That's the best way to describe it. You're stuck on a Scalextric track and there's something in the way, they won't move. Which is the stupidest thing. Obviously, luckily enough, no one was stuck behind Ari and Brooksy, because if the safety car did come out and you overtook them, then you'd be getting a penalty for overtaking them. So it's kind of annoying.
Well, that has happened.
They should have done something with the AI to give them some sense to not do that.
Well, see, like if it's like they've got two different kind of AIs, haven't they? One for the race and one for the
career mode.
The career mode, because the career mode ones, if you stopped your car dead on the racing line, they go around you.
They go around you. Yeah, they go around you. And also as well, what annoys me with the AI on the career mode is that if you're on a quali lap and you're trying to keep a gap or something, if they're on a hot lap, they'll fly past you, then slam on their brakes because they think you're on a hot lap. Which is, you're like, why are they sacrificing their own hot lap? Come on.
It's when they're going heading back to the pits, or they've just come out of the pits and they're slowing down, and you're slowing down, and you're just basically near enough like crawl because you don't want to go in front of him. Because
you don't want to interrupt your lap.
I don't like Baku. I'm slowing down, so I'm sticking behind so I can get a bit of toe to get myself a good boost at the start. But like they slow right down just before, so like you can't get that. It's like unbelievable. It's like a edgy battle.
It's unreal. Codemasters did sort out their AIs.
We've got Flea now. Flea is flying. He's closing Death Dragon down very quickly. He's making a move on the inside. Death Dragon manages to hold. What? Yeah, sorry. Death Dragon done really well defending that corner, but Flea's got the inside line. Absolutely fantastic, and Death Dragon did have to pull out.
Yeah, great overtake. I think, as you can see from on board with Dixie Matty, you can see the flashing light of Death Dragon, which means he is running out of ERS. It's like we said earlier, it's like having an elephant on the car and the car's not really performing. But as you can see with Matty as well, he's also used up a lot of ERS as well. So these two are kind of the same boat, but Matty has got the advantage of soft tyres compared to the 21 lap hold hards.
Well, if you look at Civ, he's basically got no ERS left at all.
Yes. No management at all. Well, on these drivers.
Matty Bot's got 60%.
Matty Bot's got a lot, and he needs to start using it because he needs to start catching up. He's in the perfect spot at the moment with the fact that he's got all his fresh tyres and the ERS to use as well. Okay, so on board now with Matty. Death Dragon still within the DRS of Flea ahead of him, so he will get that toe from him. Matty used a bit of DRS as well, so these two both have nothing really to give. I think Matty he doesn't need to overtake him on track because he does know Death Dragon has got that penalty, so he doesn't need to really force it. And obviously everyone behind him, literally down to 10th place, has penalties, so as long as Matty can stay within the battle here, he's guaranteed a podium. We'll wait and see on board as we're going along now. No movements at the back here. Bit of a train still formed between, from the leader.
Flea's had an absolutely fantastic race today. He's done really well, took advantage of any mistake that's happened.
Yeah, he's done fantastic. Can't really fault him today. He's made his move to perfect timing as well, because he's now going to start clearing away. He's got a bit of the overtake to use up as well, so he's not in that 10% margin. Whereas everyone behind him seems to be struggling to keep up.
Well, I think Fleet deserves it. He has been like he's lost out in quite a few races so far, so it'd be a win under his belt would be something he'd be quite happy about.
Yeah, definitely. I think the overtake King's home in the standings because of that one race.
I think he will because
I think he would.
Yeah, he definitely will be taking over Kingsholm in the standings, because Kingsholm got a podium last week, and Flea did score. I think he scored the low points, but this is a win for him now. This is definitely putting him up there.
DXT Matty again doesn't need to really make the move on Death Dragon, but probably his best interest to do so. So he's got a bit of a gap between him and the battling Renaults behind. Penalties though. See, double check what everyone's got.
Yeah, Death Dragon's got 3 seconds, Civi's got 6, CD's got 3, Abyss's got 3, Matty Bot's got 6, El Stefano's got 3, Percy's got 6, and Non-Human's got 6. Obviously, there might be more penalties to come, because there has been a few minor incidents that may have maybe reported to
say the least.
stewards. Yeah. Well, the major ones have been the ones that have been taking people out. Just like some wheel-to-wheel action here that let's call it edgy, to say the least.
Yeah, we are coming round to do the penultimate lap as Flea does lead the race from Death Dragon.
You know what? I think my top 3 is going to be correct.
I think. Oh no, you said Kingsholm.
I said Kingsholm 4th. I said Kingsholm 4th. I said Flea first, DXT Matty 2nd, and Death Dragon 3rd was my choice for Kingsholm possibly 4th, but Kingsholm crashed out.
Well, Death Dragon has now retaken the lead. He has got to now pull away 3 seconds, I believe it is, to Flea if he wants that.
Yeah, he's got 2 laps to do that.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult. I thought Matty there got a penalty. I did see him run a bit wide, but obviously
it was CD. Oh, it's like, this is the part where, like, for me, this is the most enjoyable part of the race. So working out who's actually going to get it. Are they going to get the gap or not? Because Flea can quite comfortably just sit there, because he knows he can't be. He's got no penalties. He's had a very clean race today, and
no, Matt, got a penalty.
But the thing is, he's got 3 seconds, so he'll get third.
I was just about to say, I wouldn't say he's too comfortable, because obviously Matty's right behind, and this is technically the battle for the lead. But now with this penalty that's thrown in, Flea's got to have, he can relax a little bit now.
Yeah, just got to make sure that Death Dragon, because Death Dragon's actually put a big stint in him. He overtaked halfway through on the last lap and has already put 1.2 seconds ahead. So he's got the pace in them to actually then push a bit harder. So Flea's got to keep pushing on this last lap. DXT Matty also has got to push hard as well.
Yeah, he does. I think he could lose out on 2nd place. But Death Dragon has got 3 seconds, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's 3 seconds for Death Dragon.
So yeah, so he'll lose out on 2nd, but he'll still get a podium, keep ahead of the Renaults behind. I think one of the Renaults got 6, one of them's got 3, so they're on the same.
Both Renaults have got 6.
Oh, both Renaults, there you go. Oh, Death Dragon a bit out of shape there. I noticed he's on the exit, so he's struggling on those tyres.
Yeah.
I think he's struggling a lot. Has he got a punch? No, possibly not.
No, it doesn't look like he's got a puncher.
There we go. So as we come into the last part of the track now in sector 3, it's gonna basically be Flea's race that he has expertly won. Brilliant race from him. As we see a movement at the back. Oh, I thought I saw a late lunge there from the Renault on Matty, but that gap was always going to be disappearing. So Death Dragon will cross the line in first. He won't take the podium though, or will place, because Flea will be the race winner. Matty comes in 3rd. Abyss jumps up to 4th. The Renault's in 5th and 6th. Matty Pot comes in at 7th, damaging his wing while he does. Stefano doesn't jump him, stays in 8th. Then we have Percy, unfortunately, will come round in ninth, getting involved in that incident with Kingsholm there. Big crash from him as well. And non-human wraps up your point scorers in 10th.
And is that Percy crashed out the side there?
Yeah, that was Percy spinning round. I don't get that fascination with cars doing that. The crashing on the final corner.
On Gran Turismo, I usually handbrake over the finish line.
Yeah.
that is the go-to thing. Like, it's like the cockiness when you win a race, not just by like half a second, but like by a few seconds, and then you got a handbrake around the finish line.
The only thing I've ever done when I've been so far clear on a racing game, I think it was Forza, was I handbraked it and reversed.
Yep. I will be honest. I got into the bad books of my ex's dad once for doing that. Miles ahead of him on Gran Turismo 3. Handbraked it on Trial Mountain. It was. I handbraked it at the chicane at the end to spin it round and reversed all the way from the chicane to the finish line. And he was catching up then. And as he got towards the finish line, I made sure I moved my car in front of him so he couldn't overtake me.
Oh yeah.
But like, let's round it up and say give the final position. So we got Flea in first, Death Dragon in second, Matty rounded off the podium in third. We've got Abyss in fourth, Civi in fifth. We've got CD in sixth, Matty Bot in seventh, El Stefano in eighth, Percy in ninth, and Non-Human 10th. And the non-finishers, well, the two AIs, Ari and Brooksy. Non-finishers, Kingshome, Freedom, Bilton, Get Carter, Tia, Wild Gamer, and Welkio.
There you go. So, as he said, yeah, reverse over the finish line is a GTA Online race finish. Which, I don't know what, they have recently brought in F1 cars to GTA Online, which I love. Like, get right, it's actually brilliant. They do it quite well. I'm not gonna lie, they do it quite well. But I still can't stand the way that you can't race cleanly in GTA races. There's always some dickhead who wants to turn around, take everyone out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Usually that's someone who's actually doing it because their mate needs to win the race.
Yeah. I can't race too long on that because it does wind me up after a while.
Matty Green said, I was tempted to retire at multiple points at that race. Glad I didn't now because I should get points. Also, you get Jensen Button Award points. Come on, guys, this is a real life prize. Are we gonna get Flea in, Death Dragon in?
Better.
And
we better get him in because I think Flea. We didn't get Flea in. We'd never hear the end of it.
Oh no, we're not going to hear the end of it anyway, are we? But
no, we're really not.
And are we going to get in?
It's the XT Matty.
Yes, that's it. Let's see if we can get them into the chat.
Yeah, let's start adding people in. There you go, add players. So first of all, Death Dragon is first on my list. Then we have Flea is already in, so Flea can join whenever he wants.
Yes, Flea, get yourself in there.
The XT Matty.
Can also get, it might be if Joe wants to come and join us, he can come in and tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear that actually, but as long as he keeps it clean.
Yeah. Well, he'd be outside having a smoke right now, so he might not hear this.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Green, I don't deserve any Jensen Button Award points. Well, why not? If you finish the race and you was clean, you do deserve them. If you got a good reason why you shouldn't get them, let us know. Be completely honest, because an honest driver to us is actually sort of something that we appreciate.
There you go. Kingsholm has joined. Welcome, Joe. Oh, Kingsholm has left. Bye bye, Joe.
Oh no!
I'm trying to. He can join. No, don't mind him joining.
we want him to join. We've got Death Dragon with us.
Yeah, Death Dragon, welcome to the chat, pal.
Yes.
Just waiting for the other guys to come in. I think we're waiting for Matty and Flea.
Yes.
Let me message them quickly and find out if they're coming in or not.
Well, as you're doing that,
way.
I've just got a comment from Matthew Green saying I hit a couple of drivers on a couple of safety car restarts, and that's why you had to pit so much in the race. So thank you for your honesty there. I do appreciate it. Obviously, we'll have to look into that and see what happens. But also we have to wait for the stewards report as well, because that does affect the Jensen Button award points.
Yeah, it does. I'll let you start the interview. I'm just going to try and get hold of Matty and Flea, see if they come.
Oh, we got Flea's here, our
Flea's
winner.
in, so this is Matty now.
Right, so while Hobo is getting Matty on board, so Flea, how does it feel to be a winner? Well, we was all sitting there trying to work out with penalties and all that where everybody would be. When you were sitting in fourth on the safety car restart, we could see that you were definitely going to get a podium. It was just where on the podium we were going to get. So I've got to say the battles between you and Death Dragon were fantastic at the end. Yeah, we did look at that thinking that was possible. We got 1.2 seconds on you on half a lap, so we was thinking that was quite possible ourselves. So how does it feel that you're actually going to be higher than Joe on the standings now with that win? Fair enough. I know you and Joe have a little bit of a rivalry, so it's quite. That's why we do bring it up. So what was the best part of the race? Where would you say you got the most time? Yeah, it was a bold decision.
1 second, hang on 1 second. We can't hear Flea.
Oh no!
Hang on, we'll sort that back out here. My lovely assistant pointed out.
Was it Izzy?
No, it was Lexi. The other one.
Lexi. Oh, fair enough. Thanks, Lexi.
Oh, and Izzy.
Oh, and Izzy. Oh, thanks very much, girls. Or should I say ladies?
While we're sorting out that, let me just quickly... Matty hasn't got a mic, so... he said he's gutted to get a 3-second penalty near the end of the race, but congrats to Flea and Dragon. They raced really well. And they did. It would have been a good end to the race, but yeah, Matty did pick up that penalty, which still got a podium. It did still do well.
So, Flea, have you sorted your mic out?
Yeah, sorted now.
Awesome.
Apologies about that.
Right, so... Did you ever think at the beginning of the race, when you started at 16th, that you could actually get a podium or even a win at the end?
I didn't even think I was going to get points, in all honesty. I'm just happy I got points, really.
Oh, you can hear you're chuffed, Joe. You well deserved, very well done on that. You got Codemasters driver of the day and probably ours as well, because that was a fantastic drive from yourself. Capitalised on so many mistakes. Well done.
Hang on, wait. On your screen, he got driver of the day.
Yeah, it came up on mine as driver of the day because he got the most points.
Mine was Abyss.
Was
yeah,
it?
It was what came up on mine as well. Yeah.
I would have given it to Flea personally, but yeah, mine was Abyss for some reason.
Yeah, mine came up saying Flea. I don't know why. It just did. I'll have to double check on. I'll check the stream in a bit. Double check, but I'm sure it was.
Because we both got the same amount of pushes gained.
Probably, yeah. But I've just got a 7, so absolutely fantastic. I thought you might have stacked it when everybody started spinning out, but you when you overtook Percy actually went wide and you kind of like took them both. I can't remember who it was. Someone spun out. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody sitting in second, spun out, and you kind of jumped it.
Yeah.
Just quickly onto Death Dragon. How did you feel that race went, my friend?
It went just really good. Tried to get the most out of those hard tires. especially towards the end, because yeah, the grid position around this track is one of the most important things. So I tried to get the best position that I could have and stick with it.
Yeah, because I've just seen that you were 25 laps on those hard tyres. It's a long stint. What percentage was the tyres on at the end?
Not a lot. I think about 50.
So you managed them really well then. So actually, fair play, well done on that. Gotta say, fantastic clean race from yourself there. Obviously, a few the points you got was for the track limits, which is negligible, really, but well done on that race. Is there any questions from you, Hobo?
No, I think well done, Flea. First of all, as I said, it was a brilliant race. I didn't think you can do it, especially the bad qualifying you had. But fantastic comeback. Death Dragon's unlucky, obviously, with a penalty, and with Matty as well. We could have seen a good end to that race. But no, do you know what? The track does what it does. Like, unfortunately, this track is known for high-speed spins, and then obviously with that you get pile-ups and crashes. So I'm not surprised we had so many people crash out of this race. But fingers crossed we have a better race next week and with more finishers. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you guys for a very enjoyable race, and best of luck next week.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget, guys, that you could join Flea and Kingsholm tomorrow for the Tuesday League. Myself as well. I'll commentate on a different league as well tomorrow. And then we got the Friday League commentated by the lovely Gaz here as well on the PlayStation. And then both of us on commentating on Saturdays. So don't forget, if you do want to listen in or get involved in any of the races that we are involved in, just let us know in the messages, and we'll try and sort out that for you.
Before you two guys go, just let me know how you feel about the next week's race, which is actually at Circuit Americas. So,
if I have my day, I think I can do well.
Oh, awesome. And you, Flea?
I'm hoping I can do well at least. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, it's a Circuit of Americas next week. So I'm actually hoping for a very competitive battle, because it's one of those circuits that covers all kinds of corners. But thank you guys for joining us. Hobo, thank you very much for having me with you today.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me once again, and we will look forward to seeing you again next week. So guys, from all of us here, thank you for racing, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week around the Circuit of Americas in the good old US of A. So good night, everyone.